Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the Echo Your English podcast, where you learn real, everyday English through natural conversations. I'm Emily.
And I'm Ryan. And today we're talking about something every human on Earth knows really, really well. Mistakes.
Oh, yes, our free teachers, our surprise lessons, our little oops moments that somehow make us smarter later.
Exactly. And before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps more learners around the world find our cozy little podcast community.
All right, Ryan, tell me honestly, are you the type who learns fast or the type who needs to repeat a mistake, maybe 4 or 5 times before the lesson finally sticks?
Definitely the second type. I'm the I won't do this again person who absolutely does it again.
So relatable. It's like saying, I'll sleep early tonight, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. and you're watching a video about how penguins walk.
Hey, penguins are fascinating.
Sure. But here's the thing. Mistakes don't mean you're failing, they mean you're learning. They mean you're trying.
Exactly. And this is especially true for English learners. When you speak English and make a mistake, it doesn't mean your English is bad, it means you're brave enough to try.
Yes, the best English speakers I've met are the ones who make a lot of mistakes because they keep going.
Totally. Kids do this naturally. They don't care about grammar or perfect pronunciation, they just speak.
Exactly. Kids never think, what if someone laughs at me? They just say whatever they want, and somehow they learn faster.
Speaking of mistakes, when I was learning French, I once mixed up two words. I tried to say I'm very happy, but instead I said I'm very stinky.
No way, that's amazing.
The person's face was priceless. But hey, I never confused those words again.
That's the beauty of mistakes. They stick with you. They teach you in a way perfect success never can.
You know, Emily, I feel like people are so afraid of mistakes because they think mistakes make them look weak.
Exactly. But actually, mistakes make you look human and brave, and honestly, way more interesting.
True. Think about it. No one tells a story like, I did everything perfectly today. That's boring.
Right? The best stories always begin with, okay, so I messed up.
Exactly. And language learning is full of these moments.
So many. I remember when I was learning Spanish and I wanted to say, I'm embarrassed, but I accidentally said, I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow. You too? That's such a classic mistake.
The person's face was like, congratulations?
And you never forgot the correct phrase after that, right?
Never. And that's the funny thing. Mistakes make lessons unforgettable.
You know what else mistakes teach us? Patience, especially with ourselves.
Yes, because learning anything, English, cooking, driving, life, it's all messy.
And the messy part is where the learning actually happens.
Exactly. If everything were perfect, nothing would change.
That's deep, Emily. Look at you becoming philosophical.
Thank you. I practice in the mirror.
But seriously, for our listeners, I want to say this clearly. If you're making mistakes in English, you're doing it right.
Yes, mistakes mean movement. You're stepping forward, not standing still.
And honestly, native speakers make mistakes too.
All the time. We just don't panic about them because we grew up with the language.
Exactly. So don't be hard on yourself. Mistakes are not the enemy. Fear is.
Beautifully said. And hey, listeners, try this.
Oh yes, here comes Emily's homework.
Just one thing. Today, speak English out loud for 1 full minute, even if you make 10 mistakes.
Or 20.
Or 50, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you try.
That small practice will help you grow faster than you think.
You know, Ryan, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that mistakes don't just teach you what to do, they teach you who you are.
That's so true. Like how you react to a mistake says a lot about you. Do you hide? Do you laugh? Do you try again?
Exactly. Because mistakes are basically little mirrors. They show us our patience level, our confidence, our courage.
And honestly, I think courage is the biggest part of learning English.
Yes, People think grammar is the hardest part, but no, the hardest part is speaking even when you're scared.
Absolutely. I remember when I first tried speaking Spanish with a native speaker. My heart was beating so fast, I thought everyone could hear it.
That's normal. And did you make mistakes?
Oh, 100, maybe more. But the person still understood me. And that's when I realized you don't need perfect English to communicate.
Exactly. You need bravery, not perfection. And the more you speak, the less scary it becomes.
You know something interesting? When learners try to speak perfectly, they actually speak less.
Yes, because they're afraid. They hesitate. They freeze.
But the moment they allow themselves to make mistakes, their English starts flowing.
It's like removing a heavy backpack. Suddenly, you're free.
That's a good image, a heavy backpack filled with fear, doubt, and unnecessary grammar worries.
And you just take it off and start walking lighter.
I love that. And to all our listeners, if you've ever said, my English is bad, please stop.
Yes, please stop. Your English isn't bad, it's becoming.
Ooh, I love that. Becoming.
Because every mistake is shaping your English. Every try is building it. Every sentence is polishing it.
You're not finished yet. You're in progress, and that's beautiful.
And honestly, being in progress is way more exciting than being perfect.
Exactly. Perfect is boring, but progress? Oh, that's a story. You know, Emily, I think one reason people fear mistakes is because they feel judged.
Yes, they think others are watching, waiting to laugh, but honestly, nobody cares as much as we think they do.
Exactly. Most people are too busy worrying about their own mistakes.
And the people who do judge, they're usually the ones who don't try anything themselves.
True. It's always easier to laugh from the sidelines than to step into the game.
Exactly. And learning a language is a brave game. You have to show up, you have to speak, you have to risk sounding silly sometimes.
But in return, you get confidence, communication, new friendships, new opportunities.
All because you were willing to make mistakes.
You know, Emily, one time I corrected my own English teacher by mistake. I was so sure she was wrong.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, she wasn't wrong. I was. And the whole class looked at me.
Oh, that's painful.
It was, but guess what? I never forgot that rule again.
See, that's the thing. Mistakes don't just teach you, they carve the lesson into your brain.
Yes, like writing with a marker instead of a pencil.
Exactly. Strong, bold, unforgettable.
And it's not just academic mistakes, even emotional mistakes teach us.
Yes, like trusting the wrong people, rushing into things, ignoring your instincts,
Every mistake shapes how you understand the world.
and how you understand yourself.
That's why I tell my students, don't be afraid to be wrong. Be afraid of never trying.
Beautiful. Trying is everything. Trying means you're alive, you're learning, you're moving.
And mistakes, they're just the footprints of your progress
I love that. Footprints. They show where you've been.
and where you're going next.
You know, Ryan, something interesting happens when learners finally accept their mistakes. Their confidence starts to bloom.
Yes, it's like a light switch. Suddenly they stop whispering English and start speaking it.
Exactly. And their sentences might still be messy, but the energy changes. They sound alive, curious, brave.
I've seen that so many times. A student who was silent for months suddenly speaks one day, mistakes and all, and everyone in the room cheers inside.
Because courage is contagious. When one person speaks up, others feel safe to speak too.
You're so right, and that's why communities like this podcast matter.
Yes, when learners listen to us talk about our own mistakes, they realize they're not alone.
Nobody starts perfect, not one person.
Especially not me. I once said I cook water instead of I boil water.
That's adorable.
Thank you. And you?
I once said I lost my ears when I meant I lost my earphones.
Oh no, imagine someone hearing that.
Their face looked like they were about to call the hospital.
See, these moments are embarrassing when they happen, but they become our favorite stories later.
Exactly, and that's why we shouldn't hide our mistakes. They're the funniest, most human parts of our journey.
And the most educational.
Yes, mistakes teach you faster than perfect practice ever could.
And they make learning memorable.
So, listeners, remember this. The next time you make a mistake in English, instead of saying, I'm so bad at this, try saying, I just learned something.
Exactly. Shift the story, change the meaning.
Because a mistake is not the end of your learning.
It's the beginning of your understanding.
You know, Emily, when I look back at the things I've learned in life, almost all of them have one thing in common.
Let me guess. They started with a mistake.
Exactly. Every skill, every habit, every success, all of them had a messy beginning.
Same here. When I first started recording podcasts, I couldn't even say a full sentence without messing up.
I remember you used to clap loudly every time you made a mistake so you could find it in the audio later.
Yes, and sometimes I clapped so much it sounded like a concert.
But look at you now. Natural, calm, smooth.
Because the mistakes taught me, they shaped me.
And I think our listeners need to hear that. Experts are just beginners who didn't quit.
That's so true. Nobody wakes up fluent. Nobody wakes up confident. You grow into it step by step.
Yes, and each step includes a little stumble.
Or a big stumble.
Or falling flat on your face, but still getting up.
That's what matters. Getting up. Trying again.
Exactly. The only real mistake is deciding not to continue.
You know, I think that's why English learners fall in love with their progress, not because it's perfect, but because it's earned.
Yes, progress feels amazing when you know how many mistakes helped you reach it.
And when you can look back and think, wow, I used to be scared to say even one sentence, and now look at me.
That moment is powerful.
It is, and we want every listener to experience it.
So if you're listening right now and thinking, my English isn't good enough, I want you to pause, breathe, and remember.
Every mistake you've made so far is already teaching you.
And every mistake you'll make next is preparing you.
You're growing, even when you don't notice it.
Especially then. Growth is quiet at first.
But one day, it becomes visible and beautiful. You know, Ryan, something magical happens when learners stop fighting their mistakes and start welcoming them.
Yes, it's like the fear disappears and curiosity takes its place.
Exactly. Instead of thinking, oh no, I made a mistake, they start thinking, oh, what can I learn from this?
And that mindset changes everything. It turns frustration into growth.
And it makes learning enjoyable, not stressful.
Speaking of enjoyable, do you remember your first big mistake as an English teacher?
Oh my goodness, yes. I once told a whole class, open your books on page 52. I meant page.
Pain 52. That sounds like a medical drama.
Exactly. And the class was so confused. One student said, Teacher, I don't want pain today.
That's adorable.
But I didn't get upset or embarrassed. I laughed, corrected myself, and moved on.
And that's what makes language learning beautiful. It's full of tiny moments that make you smile later.
What about you? Your first big mistake in teaching?
I once said, okay, everyone, take out your husbands. I meant headphones.
Oh no. Oh no, Ryan.
The whole class looked at me like, sir, what are you asking us to do?
That is amazing.
And I still think about it sometimes and laugh because that moment taught me don't take yourself too seriously.
Yes, learning is lighter when you let yourself breathe.
And when you understand that mistakes make you authentic
They make you real.
and relatable.
And honestly, they make you lovable. Everyone connects through mistakes, not perfection.
That's so true. Nobody says, wow, I love that person. They're perfect.
Exactly. People say, I love that person because they're honest, human, imperfect, just like me.
And if our listeners remember one thing from today, it should be this.
Your mistakes are not proof that you're bad at English.
They're proof that you're learning English.
You know, Ryan, I think one of the most beautiful things about mistakes is how they help you grow beyond the classroom. They change you, not just as a learner, but as a person.
Absolutely. Mistakes teach humility, kindness, patience, all the good stuff.
Yes, because when you know what it feels like to struggle, you become more compassionate toward others who are struggling too.
That's so true. Our own mistakes help us understand other people better.
Exactly. And in the world of language learning, that empathy is everything.
You know, I once had a student who apologized every time she made a mistake. Every single time.
Oh, I've met students like that too, so afraid of being wrong.
Yes, but one day I said, "You don't need to apologize for learning."
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
And she stopped. Gradually, she started speaking more freely after that.
That's amazing. Sometimes one sentence can change the way someone feels about themselves.
Yes, and mistakes can do the same thing if we look at them differently.
I agree. Instead of thinking, I made a mistake, I'm bad, think, I made a mistake, I'm improving.
And that small shift can transform your confidence.
You know, I want our listeners to try something today.
Is it homework time again?
Yes, but a fun one. Today, when you speak English and make a mistake, don't say sorry.
Ooh, I like this already.
Instead, say, thank you, mistake. You taught me something.
That's brilliant. Turning a mistake into a friend instead of an enemy.
Exactly. Mistakes guide you. They show you the next step you need to take.
And if you keep taking those steps, one day you'll look back and think, wow, I'm fluent now. And I got here because of every mistake I made.
That's the confidence we want our listeners to feel.
Absolutely. Because learning a language isn't about getting everything right. It's about becoming someone braver every day.
Someone who keeps going.
Someone who doesn't give up.
Someone who understands that mistakes are part of the story, not the end of it.
You know, Emily, after everything we've talked about today, I feel like mistakes deserve a little applause.
Yes, a standing ovation for mistakes, the real heroes of learning.
Without them, none of us would grow. None of us would improve. We'd all just stay the same.
Exactly, and imagine how boring life would be if we never changed.
So true. Mistakes push us, they challenge us, they guide us.
And they remind us that we're trying, and trying is everything.
I hope our listeners feel a little lighter today, a little braver.
Yes, and a little kinder toward themselves, because learning a language isn't easy, but you don't have to be perfect to be successful.
You just have to show up, speak, try, make mistakes, and try again.
Exactly. And we're here with you through all of it, every step, every stumble, every lesson.
Before we wrap up, I want to give our listeners one small challenge for today.
Ooh, yes, go for it.
At some point today, speak one sentence in English out loud, even if you're alone. And if you make a mistake, smile. Don't correct it immediately. Just let it exist.
Yes, let it breathe. Let it be part of your journey.
And then try again with one more sentence and then another.
Because fluency isn't built in one day. It's built one brave moment at a time.
Beautifully said.
And to everyone listening, thank you for spending time with us today. We're so proud of you for learning, for trying, and for being here.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps more learners find this podcast and join our growing family.
Yes, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep embracing every single mistake.
Because every mistake is opening a door.
And every door leads you closer to the English speaker you're becoming.
We'll see you in the next episode of Echo Your English.
Take care, learners. Keep growing.